Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Ventilator audit complete. Health Ministry accounts for 210 machines, 118 in use. Dengue outbreak in St. James. And later in sports, West Indies' unbeaten start broken at ICC T20 World Cup on Wednesday in St. Lucia. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. The Ministry of Health has issued a staunch defense about this distribution and the availability of ventilators in the public health system. Speaking a short while ago, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton revealed that an audit of the machines showed that there are 210 ventilators in the public health system, 118 of which are in active use.
And in some instances of that 40, some are waiting on parts for servicing. The rest are obsolete. They are not functional. They can't be used. And so there's a process that is involved in getting them out of the system.
Dr. Tufton confirmed that the ministry was in receipt of some machine, but I
have no ventilators in a box. There were some ventilators that were received as a gift from the Saudi Arabian government, I believe. The CMO can comment more on that were not able to be used because of technical issues. It was not, as I understand it, as is being alleged, as a result of a lack of training. So I want to clear that up and make that very clear.
Meanwhile, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie explained that the process used to determine which medical facility gets a ventilator.
We have 24 hospitals across the country, but they are at different levels. And the lowest level hospital offers basic care, and persons are transferred to the next levels depending on the kind of support that they need. And that support may not necessarily be only in terms of infrastructure or equipment, but critically, it is also important in terms of the kind of staff, the kind of multidisciplinary care that is needed to support some patients. So you find that our high dependency and intensive care units are placed in our hospitals that would have infrastructure and equipment, but would also have the different types of staff to be able to offer different kinds of care, because one person who requires intensive care may require different types of intervention.
We'll have more from the press conference in Primetime News at 7. Health officials are reporting that the parish of St. James is currently facing a dengue outbreak, but the Public Health Department says it's doing all it can to address the problem. The details in this report. For the month of May, 26,218 premises were visited by the St. James Public Health Department. Of that number, 3,003 had mosquito breeding sites.
This has brought the AD's index to 11%. Up from 6%, up by 5% when compared to last month, to the month of April. The number of containers that were inspected were 84,000, and the number of containers that are positive were 6,450, which brings the container index to 8%.
Of the 125 communities visited, 26 were fogged, including 2 schools.
The communities that were fogged during the month of May. So we have areas such as Cooper's Hill, Trinity Crescent, Car Crescent, Mango Walk, Paradise Row, Albion Lane, and that general area, Moyal, Somerton, Tate Street, Jared Street.
In response, the Public Health Department has intensified vector control activities in the parish.
The temporary workers will soon become permanent workers. So there are 66 new posts that were created, and persons who are already in the program were obliged to make an application and will be selected via an interview process.
Additionally, public health inspectors are undergoing refresher training to ensure they are equipped to handle any eventualities during the hurricane season.
We were conducting, for the month of May, an audit of all our equipment and to ensure that we can quickly respond. We also have commenced health education in communities with regards to vector control and how to prevent and control mosquito-borne diseases. And also in-house, we have been analyzing our data and currently mapping our high-risk communities in an effort in case there is need to respond in a timely manner.
Councillors from St. James are blasting the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, for the backlog in garbage collection in the parish. The details from Dwayne Anderson.
Our access to the retirement disposal site, we had limited access during June 6th and June 7th because of civil unrest.
Just one of the reasons given by the authorities for a breakdown in the usual garbage collection in St. James recently. The officials were forced to explain the situation after councillors demanded answers at the recent sitting of the St. James Municipal Corporation.
There's a garbage skip at Orange Hill Primary School that has caused this school to fail an inspection. It has not been collected for probably close to a month or over a month. I haven't heard that mentioned.
We have been at this position before, except this time it's worse. And it's worse this time because the complaints or comments coming from the communities are 4 week, 5 week, 6 week without garbage collections, right? And that's a serious backlog. This is borderline in incompetence in that particular operation that is taking place there because, as I said, we are here before, but this time it's worse because we're looking at longer backlog and we really need to focus on the root cause of what the real issue is. Because garbage is really getting bad out there and the city is really stink.
But officials say steps have been taken to bring operations back up to speed.
We have engaged the sweep trucks from NSWMA, and they are here now working to return some level of normalcy to your divisions. So yes, Councillor Harris, we know that Cornwall Courts is a sore point.
Which means that things could get better soon.
By the end of this week, you should be seeing some level of normalcy in your communities.
Residents, in the meantime, were praised for their increased involvement in the fight against improper garbage disposal.
They have been very vigilant. They've been sending in videos of people tipping off waste, and we have been acting on them.
Nakinski Robinson, TVJ News.
And that report there from Nakinski Robinson. In the meantime, the St. James Police are on the hunt for wanted men in the parish called Operation Storm. Deputy Superintendent Lenroy Edwards listed the names of the men who are wanted.
They are Joseph Mackenzie, OCJO from Flankers, Shane Morgan, OC Upper King Street, Montego Bay, Lico Maxwell, OC Turner, from Germantown, Omar Romain Large, OC Not Nice of Top Hill, Mount Pelier, Shaquille Nathaniel Brown of William Street, Mobay, Kesson Bertrand, OC Cass, OC Trinity, OC Pablo of Hampton District, Devon Reed, OC Manor 40, Burnt Ground, Austin Reed, OC Akeem, Burnt Ground, Springmount, Tiffany Johnson, OC Steph, OC Saj, OC Begidan, OC Boled.
However, 2 of the 4 men listed have since turned themselves in on Thursday. DSP Edwards says the operation continues in areas known for gang activities.
We will be targeting every community where gangs are affiliated. Glen Devon area, Salt Spring, Green Pond, Rosite, Barney Street, Granville, Flankers, Tucker, anywhere they are, just tell us. We'll go and get them anytime, night or day.
Meanwhile, anyone with information on the whereabouts of these individuals need to contact local authorities or use the emergency hotlines. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency is calling on parents to be more vigilant by checking children's school bags for contraband. This following an incident at Ocheres High School in St. Anne Monday, where a 12-year-old girl was shot and wounded by a 14-year-old boy who was playing with a gun. The CPFSA describes the incident as very traumatic for the victim and urged parents to take immediate action.
That parents be more vigilant about checking their children's bags before they go to school to assist in preventing them from taking dangerous or inappropriate items with them, be it weapons, pornographic materials, or drug-related items. Now, these things do not only put your child at risk, but can also endanger the lives of other children and teachers at the school. Parents might not get the chance to check their bags every day, but checking them regularly and randomly will assist in deterring children from trying to sneak these items to school.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The St. Mary police are still trying to determine the motive behind a recent fatal shooting at a bar in Dover on Otter Bay. 4 men were shot, 2 died. Speaking at the recent monthly meeting of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, Head of Police Superintendent Bobbitt Morgan Simpson says the police have not made any arrests in relation to the incident. Since the start of the year, there have been a total of 13 murders in the parish.
It so happens that the Otter Bay space is the one that has given us the most murders in the space. 5 in Otter Bay, 2 in Highgate, 1 Aracabessa, 1 Belfield, 1 Castleton, 1 Prospect, 1 Gale and 1 Port Maria. Making the total to 13.
Superintendent Morgan says 47 persons were arrested out of the 66 serious crime cases recorded. Another growing concern is the alarming rate of sexual offenses against children. She says these cases include sexual touching, incest, and having sexual intercourse.
A lot of them involves family members. Many of them involves family members. Some involve multiple times where some of these youngsters, as young as 12, have been repeatedly abused by males who are much older than they are. And so I have a very strong, small in numbers, but very vibrant Sissoka team. And I tell you something, when the Sissoka vehicle drives out, a lot of taxi men scatter in Port Maria, you never believe it, but it is true.
It's now time for the Business Minute. Mavis Bank Coffee Factory is investing $100 million in its coffee processing plant to improve wastewater treatment. The move is aimed at attracting environmentally conscious buyers in Europe. The company expects to recoup its investments in 5 years and has secured the necessary licenses from the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, which will also supervise the upgrade. The Scientific Research Council will provide technical support. The upgraded facility will operate under a new license from 2024 to 2029. Further afield, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has suspended avocado inspections in Mexico. The agency cited security concerns for agency workers' safety, but did not say what prompted those concerns. Produce already cleared for export will not be affected by the decision, but avocado supplies in the U.S. could be impacted if the pause on inspections drags on. A spokesperson said the agency is committed to resuming inspections as quickly as possible. Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, CARICOM Wednesday welcomed Haiti's new Prime Minister, Gary Conil, viewing his appointment as a crucial step in addressing Haiti's multifaceted crisis. CARICOM expressed support for Conil's government, highlighting its commitment to free and fair elections and constitutional governance. The regional group affirmed its readiness to assist Haiti despite challenges, referencing a multinational force approved by the UN to restore peace in Haiti. On the international scene, intense rain in El Salvador has claimed 11 lives, including 3 minors, with the worst-hit areas being Tacuba and San Salvador. Over 125 shelters are open, accommodating nearly 1,928 individuals, and flooding and landslides continue along the coastal regions. Civil Protection urges continued vigilance due to ongoing storms from a tropical wave expected through Friday. And those are the top regional and international stories. I'm Carrie Simpson.
We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report with Spencer Darlington.